It's the Pod in the City Yearly Roundup
2024.
Hi, kids.
Hi, we're back.
It's
Merry Christmas for those who celebrate.
Yeah, technically this is dropping on Christmas, but this is our yearly year in review. Our first annual, technically. Couple of things we want to mention that if you like what you listen to, I want you to check out our other things. We have our And Just Like That and Sex in the City podcast. We also do our weekly live shows starting January 1st, 2025. We're starting at noon Mountain Standard Time, baby. And if you like us, you can check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/podinthecity. $6 a month. And over there, we do extra episodes, lots of stuff. And I'm thinking we might be starting Smash, baby.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that a great idea that I had?
It was. If you're watching us on YouTube, can you hit subscribe if you're not already and you'd stumbled in here like a little baby fawn and you're like,
we have 6 more days to hit 1,000. You guys, can we do it? And then
exactly.
Off.
Hit subscribe, hit like, do all that stuff, please. We really appreciate it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit all of our typical spots, but we have some big things. I mean, this is the shit. This is the stuff that made up 2024, right? How was your 2024, Amanda, overall?
Dude, like honestly, I texted you, like we were already recording at this point. We already had episodes in the can. So it's been just about over a year that we have been even discussing this. And I feel like having these roundups are actually kind of cool because it really, if somebody really wants to know what happened this year in like the poppiest of pop culture and the most niche pop culture and Broadway drama, you can really just kind of go all the way through. We were thinking we should just look at all of our covers. So all of them have like Rupaul on them.
We didn't.
Sexy guy. We didn't do that either.
We did put thought into this, actually more thought than we usually typically do. So I hope that you're proud of us. Yeah. I thought 2024 was going great. Things were chugging along until y'all know what happened. And I'll just leave it at that.
Quite a few things. But anyway, we're going to do this, John, and we're going to be in great moods. This is my 9th recording of the week so far.
And we're doing 2 more tomorrow, so.
I'm doing 4 more tomorrow.
Thanks. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm doing 2, and that's too many. Too many.
I know, I agree with you.
I'm tired right now. So let's get it popping.
Let's start it with some hot topics, baby.
Now, these may not be like specifically hot to this moment, but these again are the 2024 hot topics. And where would we
rocked our world?
Where would we be? And honestly, we'd be remiss to leave out our girl Jojo. I really feel like this came out, around the time we were starting our lives, the karma situation.
This was one of our first things that we really
latched onto.
Oh yeah, baby.
We had Jojo watch, she's been laying low though. I think that I'm concerned about where do you think the future lies for Jojo Siwa, really?
I think she'll probably do a lot. I feel like I think she is talented. That's not singing wise, but like she's a great performer. She's obviously an amazing dancer. She's got tons of energy. She's very charismatic. I think she might just fall into the world of like reality TV, stuff like that. I feel like she's kind of in the same, like her and Gypsy Rose, I feel could be besties.
Oh my God.
Right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I don't think I am. I feel like these two could really hang out.
I don't agree, but okay.
What don't you agree about that?
I think that Jojo would think she's above Gypsy.
I don't think Jojo really thinks she's above anyone. I think Jojo's just like, I don't even think Jojo thinks badly about others. I think all she thinks about is herself. So she doesn't really even think about it that way. She just is the best. So like, she's got to have friends, and Gypsy could be one of them.
I do not think that Jojo is messing around with Gypsy Rose Lee. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Sorry. I don't think it's happening. Now,
this another big thing of this year that I just thought of that we should have put on there. Just
what?
Ozempic.
Oh, okay.
Because that has affected most of our pop culture.
It really has.
People that are open about being on Ozempic, and then people who say that they're doing Plexus, like Tony and McKelty, and they do CrossFit. Okay.
They do it though.
They're on Ozempic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do Ozempic though.
I mean,
Ozempic.
Yes.
Okay. Though this next story really rocked Amanda's world.
John's like, that wasn't a big deal to me, and I was like, well, it was to me.
And I said it just like that.
Yeah, that was pretty much exactly how the conversation played out. But if anyone recall, and this happened pretty early on in our podcast too. I almost feel like this was right during this transition into like me and Jody's live kind of turning into our live when Jody went on a little hiatus.
Yeah.
This was one of the very top things. But Amber Portwood, is her new boyfriend Gary went mysteriously missing, and just the way it played out was just so insane. They were at a wedding, and then all of this shit played out on Teen Mom like 2 months later, because Teen Mom actually tapes their things like super close to when they actually airs. So they got in a huge fight. They get engaged. He announces it. They're the best couple in the world. Never fight. They go to a wedding. His family fucking hates her because his family looked up. Oh, Amber has all of these like felonies against her for domestic violence. Maybe we don't want you to get married to her. And then he ran away in the night, left his cell phone and wallet. Was his wallet also gone? Or left there?
All I remember was the cell phone being left. I mean, I knew from the start this was a by choice situation. I never thought nothing. Like
he chased after her baby and ex with a hatchet. And then there were hatchet marks on the door from when they were leaning against the door. He's trying to keep her from coming in. And then on the other side of the door, there's like hatchet marks.
But there's no way this guy didn't know that going in. Come on.
Well, that said, yes. So anyway, she took a year hiatus for her mental health, and now she's back doing Instagram lives every day around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And then every time Jody will go in there and be like, "Do you still go to Purdue University?"
Oh my god. Okay.
Because she was taking online Purdue classes, and then she was wearing Purdue regalia all the time on Teen Mom. We're like, you don't actually go to Purdue though.
I just. I don't dip too much into any of that.
But Teen Mom is they pop in and out of our lives. Janelle's just too trashy to even like deal with. But Amber's always one that kind of comes in and out that it's like, man, your boyfriend went missing. Like was a missing
to get away from you.
Get away from your
basically.
Ass. All right.
Now the next big thing that obviously struck us all is the infiltration of drag.
Oh yeah. This definitely had an impact on my life, good or bad, but it had an impact.
It had an impact because I'm going to continue to talk about it because it actually surprisingly gets us the most engagement of anything we actually do.
Good or bad.
Which, you know what, at this point, I will take any kind of engagement. That was when we got our like 20,000 view short.
Oh, yeah.
And we've gotten lots of comments about our no drag knowledge knowing ass.
Did you even say RuPaul's Drag Race?
RuPaul's Drag Race, y'all. I figured I think I did. I think I think I said the never-ending barrage of Drag Race. Well, in case you guys care, in 2 days from this, January 3rd, 2025, season 17 premieres. I love Drag Race still, but it becomes exhausting. But I'm still gonna keep it chugging. So if you guys like it, I mean, that's really all I had to say about it. There's not much.
Sure. Are my boobs like really out?
No, I just was like, wow, humana.
But they are, right? They're like noticeably kind of out.
Well, you just never have your boobs out. Usually, you just never have cleavage showing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have that much.
Who cares?
Well, tits are out today.
Hopefully, this gets put them closer to the camera so that we can get a few more views.
What if I wore them like, what if I just always wore my boobs up like this? And
I would just be like, oh, okay. I'm a gay man, so I don't care. I'd be like, well, it depends on how they look with the rest of your body. Oh, this is not evergreen, Amanda. This is not.
Okay. Vanderpump.
I mean, I think with Vanderpump, what really hits with the two of us is that like we both actually are engaged in it and watch it. And so when we actually both actively watch something and are engaged, it makes for a topic on the roundup. So
it's always nice
Vanderpump
when
Rules.
we finally find each other in the middle with something that we both exactly like Wicked. Vanderpump and Wicked.
Exactly. Well, and with Vanderpump too, this was like the year that Vanderpump like
what's coming out of Scandal.
ended.
So yeah, I got into Vanderpump because Scandal. We couldn't figure out. No, because we started our Scandal happened in like March, and we started our podcast December
of last year.
Right. So we weren't. I wasn't watching it during the.
We watched the season after Scandal.
Yes.
Which was the season that really sealed the fate of the current cast of Vanderpump and made it really unwatchable. Sorry, not sorry, but Lala Kent ruined it. So did
I like Lala.
But they ruined it. In fact,
they made a bad
ruined it because they were trying to make it about Tom Sandoval's redemption. And it's like, it's a little soon. Like, let us have at least one more season where we hate the guy's guts. But
and like none of the guys, Tom Schwartz currently is the most palatable of the men because Jax is a huge piece of shit. Tom Sandoval's a huge piece of shit. James is really a huge piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
They all just
Peter is probably the least bad one.
Yeah, but he seems pretty gross too. I do think that it's irresponsible that Lisa Vanderpump. That has just kind of always been a thing, right? That Lisa Vanderpump likes the guys better, and she's a little girl's girl. Mm-hmm. She definitely like wants to fuck Jax or has fucked Jax
and Tom Schwartz, and probably Tom Sandoval. I'm not saying I'm not even whatever. I'm not saying she's fucked them, Jesus. But she seems like she wants to. How about that? Anyway,
it's not a great girl situation. I feel like she was such a. I'm currently watching Beverly Hills. I'm on season 2. I messaged you about that yesterday, and you responded with the Brian Jordan Alvarez thing. But I asked you. I'm at you're such a fucking liar, Camille, and I was like, but Kyle did say that, right? I know nothing.
I can't remember what it was that she said.
It was that she was like, because it didn't happen on camera.
Oh, why would you come here without
Kelsey? Because why would anyone care about you without Kelsey? But I completely believe that Kyle said
I don't even think that Camille said that Kyle said, why would anyone care about you without Kelsey? I don't even think Camille said that. She said that.
Yes, she does. That's what the whole fight is.
That exact phrase.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I don't believe
care about you without Kelsey. And then Kyle's like, I didn't. And Camille's like, why would I make that up? Like just the way they're both reacting. Anyway, I feel like Lisa Vanderpump was like the hero of Beverly Hills. Wasn't she always kind of like the princess?
No, she went up and down. You'll see continuing. Yeah. She had seasons where she was not like the one that everyone loved, for sure.
I really the journeys of all these people are very interesting, but Kristen Doty seems to be getting kind of a redemption now. Stassi got like a $10 million podcast deal, I think, or a show.
I don't think Stassi deserves any redemption. She was a horrible person. Anyway,
I like Stassi.
She was good for the show. In fact, actually, if we're talking about show specifically only, her leaving was really when the show started to have a downfall.
She was being good on that show.
But what she did also was wrong. So.
Kristen Doty, then Ariana.
She's completely turned it around. And they're saying people are trying to wedge it on her as the reason that they're not, they can't
a lot of people are.
Yeah, they are.
Lala and Sheena.
They're trying to make it like she wouldn't take like that. She wanted too much money and she wanted too many restrictions. And no, it's just that I don't want to watch
a group of like abusive men for 11 seasons.
We also, and then if we're gonna put it back on people like Sheena and Lala, they also then enabled those same men and had the last season
married one that was convicted of abuse. Wasn't Brock like convicted and he's a deadbeat?
I don't know if he's I'm not gonna say convicted. I don't know if he's convicted. I know whatever.
He fled the country anyway.
They enable those men too, and they had the last season to turn that around and rally behind the girls, and they still chose to, push the men forward. And so you ruined it. Lala and Sheena, you ruined it. Well, Tom Sandoval ruined it, but they could have easily, if Lala and Sheena would have continued to rally around the girls, it became a girl empowerment thing. The men just ended up looking like losers still. I would like that. I'm fine seeing that, but I don't want to try and pretend that like I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for Tom Sandoval because people in the media are talking bad about him.
Yeah,
he's the most hated man in the world or something. Honey, you're not important enough to be the most hated man in the world. Sit down. Doesn't Lisa Vanderpump say that to someone? To Stassi?
Yeah, you're not important enough to hate. Yeah, you're not important enough to hate.
Honey, you're not important enough to hate. Sit down.
I'm going to order my food right now.
You said you were going to do it at half an hour, sweetie. It's 15.
I'm hungry. Okay.
You don't want it delivered like while we're in here. Now, obviously, the number one hot topic that really is, come on, like we've been following it now for 6 months.
But Wicked! It started out as being funny and like cheeky, and then it became more real than anything. Right?
I think I at least wanted to start it off of being like, oh God, the Wicked movie, we'll see how this comes out. But then as more things came out, I became more and more excited, and just things started to like, all fall into place. And then it came out and it was good.
And then we dressed up. Guys, go check out our Halloween special.
Check out our Halloween special. We also, on our Patreon, did a full, complete breakdown of the Wicked movie, start to finish, number by number. In fact, that's a good reason to join the Patreon, is because we did a full thing.
I probably won't even get my security deposit back in this house because my upstairs is still completely green. I'm finding green on little like trinkets, like this little owl statue in my bathroom. Like I was like cleaning it, and like on the back there was like this big streak of green.
Well, I covered myself in body paint, so I in makeup actually, so I could be tan. And I had lots of glitter. I was staying in an Airbnb with white towels. So I literally had to use a roll of paper towels to like dry myself off and clean myself off because, baby, I was scrubbing. I don't know how you ladies do it. Wow. Anyway, Wicked, come on. It was a cultural phenomenon. We're holding space for it. And a lot, like the press tour gave us just hours of entertainment.
But that's another indicator of how good this movie was, because the press, exactly, John. He just put up the picture of holding space. Things like the fucking holding space thing happened. That should have been like an immediate, like, no, this movie, nothing could be as good as me having to like put up with this.
The movie is so good that it makes their cringy thing less cringy. People online literally are like, no, I get it why they're so emotional now. And I'm like,
I do get it. I mean, it will be interesting to watch them do a whole other press tour again, but I'm actually kind of excited. I kind of think it's ballsy. It's like, he's pissing all over them. Like, you know what? The movie is still in theaters, and here's a promo for the next movie.
Yeah,
I'm here for it, because
they need to do that.
It like happened right after the election, and it was at least something. Did it happen after the election?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was something to at least like TikTok for that 2 weeks was only Wicked, so it was just like there was something just truly pure and positive.
That's true, and I love it. Cynthia,
I really like this. I want to compliment you on this background you made here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I like it. It's nice and sparkly.
Oh, okay. It's the same background as this.
Oh, well, I like
synergy, baby. Yes. Okay. Now, what I've been anticipating all year long.
Well, you forgot the hottest topic of all.
What's the hottest? Oh, oops, God, I skipped.
No, well, no. Let's add that into moments. Let's add that into best moments, okay?
When are we doing that part?
I don't know.
At the end, the very end.
Very end. Okay, great. We'll throw it in there.
We're gonna wrap up. Great. We're gonna talk about our podcast at the very end, because we had some a very hot
best
moment.
moments like from because we're narcissists, if nothing else. So we're going to talk about.
Well, there was a few things that really like shook people to their core that will be remembered for years to come.
Forever.
Now, I should have prepared that this was like, I should have prepared a new graphic because this is John's ultimate movie corner of 2024. So this is a good reference for you if you're looking back through the year and you're like, you know what movies came out and what movies I want to see in 2024. Here we go. All right.
My God. So you're gonna start with best. You're gonna do best, worst, stupid but fun, and biggest disappointment.
Yes, I have one movie that is my biggest disappointment of the year, and I've saved it for last. So I am going to start with my best because I think that's, it's less fun to snark on your favorites. So I'm just going to go through my favorites. Right. The Wild Robot. I'm more excited to see how Amanda's going to snark against my choices for favorite because
you're way more snarky than me. I generally like most things.
I loved The Wild Robot. It's right up my alley. It's about this idea of being, lost in a place you don't understand and becoming acclimated to it. Of course you cry,
I'm not gonna see it.
But it's all about finding family with who you have and all of that. I loved it. It's visually stunning. Unfortunately, because this just came out, I'm putting it on this list because I know
I'm not watching this.
I know this movie. I will absolutely
I'm
gonna
cry
movie.
Just looking at this cover. I can't. I'm not.
This is called Flow, and it's about a cat that basically it like lives through a flood and gets put on a boat and has to be with other animals.
You want to watch that?
Well, it's not like I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that the cat doesn't die. So sure, I'm fine watching it. I love animated shit, and it looks visually stunning, and it's nominated for an Oscar. It has like rave reviews.
Wow.
But unfortunately, like the latest showing every day is like 4 p.m. So
that's almost too late for a movie.
No, they need to be playing this at 10 p.m. and I would have been there 2 weeks ago. Love it. Next. This is a shift. Let me see. Let me move this one around a little bit. The Substance.
Oh yeah, okay.
Come on. I really liked it. It's up my alley with the camp, with the horror aspects. Now, I do wish, if you've heard my review of when I talked about The Substance, they could have shortened some of the scenes of like looking at Margaret Qualley's boobs when she's like, like, how much longer do we need to see boobs? Like they're ingrained. Like I could draw them right now from memory of watching the movie once because it was like, oh, let's look at her butt cheek over and over. It's like, we get it. Who's masturbating to this movie? But I still loved it. Demi Moore did fabulously. And the ending of this movie is what I need more movies to be like because it genuinely made me laugh. And I was like, oh, bravo. I loved it. Do you remember the ending?
I haven't seen this.
Oh, you haven't? No. I thought you had.
Justine warned me against it because I don't like scary things.
It's not scary. I didn't. Oh, okay.
It's a lot of body horror, and I don't like The Fly. I would never watch The Fly.
Okay. I think it's a little. It's not. To me, it's not as bad as The Fly.
The Fly's like really bad, though. You agree with that, right?
That's really disgusting looking. Yeah. This to me was like. It's so short. It's not like you're looking at a prolonged scene of like some. Anyway, then if you love that, Alien Romulus. This is one of my top.
That is crazy.
Here's how I feel about Alien.
That is like nuts.
I've watched all the Alien movies. What I really liked about this is it kind of returned back to the form of what the original ones were because they kind of strayed off of it for a while, making these really big, huge, over-the-top movies. They really boiled it back down to like what made Alien good. And I really like that. As a classic horror film person, I want to give it some props, okay? Amanda's really going to go crazy here in 1 second. Transformers 1 is my next for the top movies of the year.
God.
Animate. Now, it sounds crazy, This is the animated origin story of like the Transformers, like Optimus Prime and all of that. I didn't know that I was going to like this. I really, really liked it. I cried. Visually, it was cool.
You didn't yell at the theater manager this time?
It's only a newer occurrence, okay? I don't want my reputation to be that I'm a big old movie Karen. Only done that twice.
One of my favorite comments is somebody wrote, the theater hates to see John come in.
I know. I don't think so because I'm an avid supporter and I usually say nothing.
Very polite. Like I'm sure you're funny and polite.
I'm not like, hey, get your fucking shit together. Do your job, you fucking morons. I mean, do you know how often I would like moron is my word of 2024. I just love it. Anytime I want to call something stupid, moron. I also considered, guys, doing a Jones Moans, but I didn't want to bring the mood down. Right. I ran the Moans by Amanda, and she was like, "No, don't do that." Anyway, we're not doing that. Next was Strange Darling. This movie was really, really interesting because it kind of like it subverts your expectations, and that to me is what I like as a person who has seen a lot of shit, experienced a lot of shit, is also, I would like to think, semi-intelligent. I like when things like surprise you, and this movie really surprised me. I was like, whoa, oh, okay, wow. Strange Darling. Guys, check it out. I have 3 more for the best. Sorry, it was really hard to whittle these down because literally, guys, and these are all movies I saw in the theater. Okay. Right. I probably have saw like 100 movies last year in the theater. So it was hard to whittle it down. Next, Thelma.
Oh yeah.
This had June Squibb, and she played like an old lady who had been phone scammed and then was on a mission to get the scammers. I loved it. It's like that type of movie you want. Like, it's just like a homey movie. One thing I will say, trigger warning, if you don't want to see an old lady fall down, because when she fell down in the movie, I cried.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't like that.
Literally all she did, she's running through a field and she like falls and then she can't get up. And I'm like,
oh
but,
no.
That's personal trauma. Still, it's worth the watch. And it's like edging on indie movie, but not. It was still at a movie theater. Then another really great one that I thought was so cool, really inventive, Problemista with Julio Torres.
Oh yeah,
wrote it.
Julio Torres. Okay.
It was all about was self-referential to his process of becoming a United States citizen. It had Tilda Swinton, and it was just like really surprising. Okay, I loved it. Last one, favorites, and this really, now Wicked obvious was an obvi. I didn't want to put it in here because we're already talking about it. It's pretty obvious, all right? The best Christmas pageant ever!
Oh my God, yes, you went on and on about this. I cried.
This surprised me too. I really was expecting it to be one thing, and then it had some really beautiful moments that made me those moments you're watching a movie and you're just like not taking your breath away because I don't want to be that that fucking over the top, but literally you're like, there is a moment in this movie that really was one of my favorite moments in movies in 2024. Thank you. Now I'm going to go to the worst movies of 2024.
All right, let's do it.
Would you rather hear worst or fun, but
just do worst?
I'll do worst, okay? Number 1, Argyle. I effing hated this movie. This couldn't have been worse. The idea behind it was terrible. The acting in it was terrible. Everything about it was terrible. Yeah, it was awful. There you go. Hated Argyle. Henry Cavill's hot, but this also fell into that category where they should have showed his muscles more. I mean, if you got a big old muscular man, show it off a little bit. He was in another possible contender for a good movie, which was the Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare.
God, yes. Okay.
He looked hot as fucking that. The reason I like that movie, hot men, and they were used in a way of making them hot. And I love that. Next, tarot. This movie pissed me off because it had a great concept. Like the idea of a movie centered around the tarot deck and like the characters from a tarot deck. I like that. They instead fell into this trope of like each person got matched up with a tarot card and then that's how they died. It just was like,
all right, paint by numbers.
Very paint by numbers. Now, a movie I really thought that I was gonna like really connect with and actually maybe like. I love the concept. Trap.
Oh
with
yeah,
Josh Hartnett. And this M. Night Shyamalan movie that had his Nepo baby daughter playing the pop star. And every instance of Josh Hartnett with his daughter at the concert, they'd watch 1 minute of the concert and he'd be like, hey, like, do you want to go like take a look at that railing up there? Because he's trying to escape because he's the serial killer that the cops. It's awful. M. Night Shyamalan, hang it up. Actually, did he direct it? Oh no, his daughter directed a movie. His other daughter directed a movie this year, and it was bad, I think. I have 2 more bad movies. This one I forgot. Megalopolis. Had to walk out because I tried.
They talk about that on Doughboys all the time. They have a bit. Do you want to hear it?
I guess.
Okay. Aubrey Plaza's name in Megalopolis is Wow Platinum. And we think that that's pretty interesting because what's our most said word on Doughboys? The word wow. And our top tier on Patreon is the Platinum Plate Club. So we're thinking that Francis Ford Coppola must be listening to a lot of Doughboys because after all, we are a Coppola goofballs. I said that.
I really thought that like I thought that I was gonna like I was expecting to be disappointed by the punchline of that, but like I'm more disappointed than I even like could have expected.
Are you more disappointed that I know it by heart that I said that without even tripping over a single line?
Like, is that funny?
Yeah. Or... Yes.
Okay.
It's funnier.
I saw Megalopolis. I did have to walk out because I just was like, okay, I can't do it. I try sometimes to go to these movies to be like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And there are times I'm going to give you 3 movies that actually are fun, but really dumb. But I still enjoyed them. Did not walk out. Megalopolis had to walk out because it sucked. Now, the next movie, I think this may be my most hated movie of the year. It's not my biggest disappointment. This one I lasted about 2 minutes in, and then I did ditch out, and it is Red One.
They just did that on Doughboys.
Let me guess. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays Santa Claus's bodyguard. Hey, on our tier of Patreon, we have a tier called the body tier. Oh my God. And you know what? I think that they meant that this was, I don't even know. I couldn't even come up with something.
You're not funny like the Doughboys.
You're right.
Okay. That's right.
I'm a more off the cuff. I work more.
All right.
I hated Red One. This movie, I really tried to be like, okay, this will be stupid and fun.
This is where you really almost burned that theater to the ground.
I did know that actually was Moana 2.
Oh, okay.
That was when I literally stormed up to the thing and was like, these children piss me off. This was more that I went out, talked to the manager, and just was like, hey, yeah, do you think you could, do you think I could move to the best Christmas pageant ever? And I'm glad I moved because that ended up being a movie I really liked. See, I could have gone to see, that's where I was I didn't even go to the best Christmas pageant ever originally because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. So then I ended up going and loving it. And that's what I love about the movies.
Yeah.
Now, 3 movies that are fun and dumb, and I would watch them again. Obviously, Madam Web.
Oh, I watched that again.
This was a cultural sensation. It is
very fun.
Bad enough that you can be like, what the fuck? Where, like, when I saw Kraven the Hunter, yes, there were moments I was like, huh? But this outright, you were like, this is bonkers. So I loved it. Next, No Way Up. This is the plane crash shark
like something I would love
movie. A plane crashes into the ocean and falls, like to the bottom of the ocean. But uh-oh, guys, outside the plane are like killer sharks. So it's a combination.
You didn't talk about that on the podcast, I don't think.
I did. Like maybe one of the very, like at the very, very, very beginning. Okay. Check it out because it is very dumb because one thing that stuck with me is that this little girl has this teddy bear, okay, that she has clung on to.
I remember you talking about the fucking teddy bear.
It's the only thing that she has from her her dead grandparents at the end of this movie. She ends up having no one. Her family is dead from this fucking plane crash. She ends up going with this girl who she just met on the plane, who her grandma was like, I trust you to help my granddaughter. She goes up, they make it to the top she has held this thing past shark attacks, past all this, up to the top of the water. And they get in a helicopter to fly away. And the woman who helped the little girl is like, here, you almost forgot your teddy bear. And the little girl's like, I don't need this anymore. And throws it out of the helicopter into the ocean.
Is that supposed to be funny?
No, I think they're supposed to be implying that she's like grown up. She's like an adult now.
That's fucked up.
But you are telling me it's not even my Toy Story fixation with this teddy bear. It's more that this little girl spent this entire movie clinging. There were moments in the movie, in fact, where people risked their lives to like go back and get the bear. It was an entire plot point. And then the last moment, she throws it back into the ocean as though it doesn't matter. I was livid, but this still was like, I would put this on a Saturday when it's raining out and just like laugh at it. Then Imaginary. People
another bear
hated
movie.
this. People hated this, but I kind of liked it because Betty Buckley was in it and she played like a crazy, kooky old lady. They had this imaginary friend that was this teddy bear. It had this really interesting set piece where they kept going into the imaginary world, and it was this black and white checkered floor with these long hallways, and just this was stupid. Again, very stupid. But it was campy enough to where I was like, oh, okay. I kind of ended up leaving it being like, I didn't hate that. But it's not my best. Now, I'd like Amanda to guess what my biggest, she won't have any idea because she didn't remember that I even saw these other dumb ones. My biggest disappointment movie. I do have a runner-up, Moana 2. Sorry. Blink Twice is a good one. I didn't think about that, but because I actually liked that movie.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I just don't know that movie. I don't want to get into
stick with me in any way. Like it was like,
I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah.
Because it made me viscerally sob in the movie theater.
Me and Justine are both completely unaffected by it. I'm like, we didn't see anything. Like at all.
It wasn't about seeing it. It was just all of the concept.
The things that go on in my head during the day are out.
Wow.
All of that.
Wow. That's lovely. What? Yeah. So what do you think?
Didn't we say it on the live? Now I've already forgotten.
We didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Oh, you didn't? Well, then I have no
My biggest disappointment.
Wicked.
Of 2020. Imagine. Like, you know what? I've been putting on a front, guys. Wicked wasn't that good.
Although I should have been white.
Oh yeah, that's my number one thing. You know what? I think they should have brought back the originals.
Yeah,
I think Idina would have done it. I think Idina would have torn it up. Number one disappointment. Now Amanda has disappeared, but I wanted to see her reaction, even though she will not even remember what this movie is, I bet.
Okay.
The Front Room, starring Brandy. This movie was touted as though Brandy is a woman and her husband, and her stepmother, who is this psycho, crazy, creepy old lady, moves into the house. And the previews made it seem like it was going to be this crazy, like the woman was going to like do devil worshiping with the that Brandy ends up getting pregnant. Okay. And do you think that like from the preview, there's going to be like the woman's a witch, or like the mother-in-law is going to do devil worshiping with the baby, or it's going to be some crazy cult shit or whatever. No, it's that the old lady just really doesn't like Brandy that much. And so she like poops her pants a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
This movie made me angry. I didn't leave because I kept expecting something to happen and it didn't. I hate this movie, The Front Room. You've ruined everything because I liked this concept. That's where I think those are always my biggest disappointments, are like, you have a good concept. This movie seems easy to make. Evil stepmother moves in and like in the middle of the night is like sleepwalking over your bed and like trying to kill your baby, like crazy shit like that. And you instead reduce it to incontinence. Get a fucking grip of yourself. You're not an artist. Go back to the drawing board. I could have fixed this movie in 2 seconds. I can make this movie better like tomorrow.
Next.
That's it.
That's your biggest disappointment?
This movie was my biggest disappointment of 2024.
Wow. All right.
I told you Amanda would be like, oh.
Oh, all right.
But if you are at all a lover of John's Movie Corner, you understand what my pillars of a good movie are. First of all, one thing I do like, if there's hot dudes doing hot things and they're being like objectified by the camera.
Why wasn't Challengers on your list?
Because they never actually fucked.
Well, I'm surprised that's what I thought your biggest disappointment was.
Oh, no, because the thing is with Challengers, it was still a good movie. It was entertaining.
It was just too built up.
But it was like, yeah, it was like everyone made it out to seem like it was like, oh my God, this is the hottest, most homoerotic thing ever. And it's like, yeah, they made out for a second. They never fucked. They should have fucked. In fact, if they would have fucked, oh my God, literally before we recorded our other one, I was like, I'm going to stop saying the F word. And I have now just said it 5 times in 10 seconds. If they would have made love, I would have liked it much better. And in fact, it probably would have been on my favorites of the year. But they didn't.
Well, let's thank you for that, John. For your hard work this year. Let's get into my biggest wormholes of the year. Okay, we're gonna take this fast, bitch, because here are my biggest wormholes. Number 1, everyone was thrilled about this. I jumped on board the Grey's Anatomy and watched every single season, except I have officially done. I can't watch this new season. I don't.
Yay!
So bad. I enjoyed doing the recaps throughout the year, but these are 42-minute episodes and they are so bad. And I don't even know who the characters are anymore. But every so often on TikTok, an old Grey's Anatomy episode clip will show up. And I'm like, that was a good show. Those first few seasons were really good. And I always see trends of women making their boyfriend or husband watching it for the first time. And then they're filming them reacting to all this shit. So that was good. Another huge one I got into this year, obviously, as we spoke about before, Vanderpump Rules. I jumped on, watched every single season, and I got so obsessed with it to the point where I went and met Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz with Justine. I look awful in this picture.
You just look very tan, and I feel like you look really good with the hair color you have right now.
Yeah, I'm never going back to blonde anymore. Also, my hair immediately, the second I got away from blonde, it increased in health. It was immediately again. Blonde is not, and it doesn't look good at me. Anyway, I met fucking Tom.
I'm not saying you don't look good.
No, you're good. Honey, if I thought
what did the Toms smell like? That was my biggest thing. I mean, we remember Tom Schwartz was wasted, but he looks hot. That's all I really remember was he was just. He
does look really hot.
I love that see-through shirt with the tank top.
Me too, but it's just it's just so gross, because you don't even want to make out with someone that wasted. Because first of all, they're gonna smell. I feel like
he has whiskey dick that we know doesn't work.
Whiskey dick, and I feel like any person, I feel like he especially would taste like Red Bull. I feel like it would be that kind of cough.
I feel like he would taste like burpee. He feels like the type that would burp and then 2 seconds later try and kiss you.
But then, okay, so that was a wormhole. And then another wormhole that so this is kind of where this big thing starts. I'm going to give you guys a trajectory of all of the audiobooks that I listened to this year in this order.
Yes.
And it's going to go from SNL to this episode we did, me and Jody. And then it's going to end with alcohol, like books that help me quit alcohol. So we're going to start right out here strong with this episode that me and Jody did, where we made our top cast here. John, do you want to read through them?
It's annoying, I think. So here they are. Fred Armisen, Tina Fey. I was like, who is this again? Bill Hader, Aidy Bryant, Dana Carvey.
Are you okay with these so far?
I would replace people here, but it's fine. Dana Carvey, Gilda Radner, Chris Farley, Maya Rudolph. I would say row 2.
Solid.
No, right? Needs no replacements.
Great.
Okay? Row 3. Phil Hartman, yes. Kristen Wiig for sure. What's his name again?
Kyle Mooney.
You guys probably don't know who that is.
Of course they do.
As much as like Tina Fey, Kristen Wiig,
Chris Farley. He's right below Chris Farley.
Like he is sandwiched between Chris Farley and Will Ferrell. Like what? Then we have Amy Poehler, Tracy Morgan, Seth Meyers for Weekend Update. Is that what you're thinking?
So, yeah, I think we put him
and then Will Ferrell. I'm pretty, like, most of this I'm fine with. Like, I feel for me, I need a Sherry O'Terry.
The women
Molly
were really
Shannon,
hard
honestly.
That I mean, honestly, it was a 2-hour episode. It was one of our longest girls.
But I will say I would replace Aidy Bryant with one of those 2 women, only because I don't have as much attachment to Aidy Bryant as I do those women. I grew up with, you know, the Simmer Down Now lady, the cheerleaders.
Aidy Bryant, I think, actually speaks much more for our exact age group, because she did like the Legally, they like made fun of that Legally Blonde musical, that Red one. Like, she wrote a lot. She's very music theatery, and I think her humor is very, because I think she's exactly our age. So I think if you were watching that, you would have more of a response to her. But anyway, after that happened,
Sherry O'Terry, etc. Like,
honestly, the women were really hard to pick because there's so many strong ones. But okay, so here, what?
I'd just do an SNL with all women.
I know, you gotta have men in there.
I hate men.
You have to have everything.
No, because I think you could get Amy Poehler to play a man.
These are nice.
I think you could get Maya Rudolph to play a man.
All of these guys are nice. Are like non-problematic. Fred Armisen.
You know what's wild is Phil Hartman. You know, he was murdered by his Bryn Hartman.
Yes.
She is from my family's like hometown, Thief River Falls. Like, my mom and them grew up going to school with her.
I thought you were gonna say her mom and I did cocaine together.
My mom, I can't even, like, the thought of my mom doing cocaine is one of the most foreign thoughts I've ever.
With Bryn.
There's absolutely no way.
Bryn Hartman. All right, I want you to sit and watch this, John, because this is what was in when Doughboys wasn't playing. And again, if
this is a video.
No. I'm just gonna go through them. Like, it'll be like boom, 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 boom. If there's any indication how much I'm also listening to Doughboys, I was able to say that thing earlier with not a single crack or break. So I'm still listening to Doughboys most of the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kenan Thompson, When I Was Your Age.
So these are the audio. You didn't say these are the audio books.
These are all the audio books that I have listened to this year. Kenan Thompson, When I Was Your Age. And
guys, remember, audio books are like 12 hours long too, aren't they?
Hello, Molly Shannon, and Memoir. And on top of this, I also listen to Britney Spears, Patti LuPone. Like, those are all in there. But but this is SNL. Girl Walks Into a Bar, Rachel Dratch. Yes, Please, Amy Poehler. Bossy Pants, Tina Fey. Baby Don't Hurt Me, Chris Kattan. Gasping for Airtime, Jay Moore. Oh my God, this is Almost interesting, David Spade. Then I listened to the like 45-hour long one called Live from New York, as told by its stars, writers. It's like long. It's really, really long. Then, of course, the Chris Farley show, which is the bridging the gap between all of the SNL memoirs and like how
this is already making me tired.
Things that help me quit alcohol. This one is also really long. This is in like 3 major parts. Chris Farley, Guts. This is Kristen Johnson. This is an amazing audiobook. And it is my favorite line in this is when she's in the hospital, like she's in like sepsis because her body is just like rejecting everything in her. She's like, it was New Year's Eve and I was staring out the window and I saw fireworks and my thought was, there are people out there right now that are enjoying those fireworks who are 100% sober. And I remember listening to that and thinking, that's insane. Like, that's an insane thought.
Yeah, it is.
I still can't really imagine. And then, of course, ending the year strong with Matthew Perry, Friends, Lovers,
dear
Big Terrible
God.
Thing, which is a great. It honestly is even more profound now because when he's reading it, he's really struggling through a lot of that. He's slurring, and he says right at the top of the book, "I'm Matthew Perry, and alcohol is going to kill me one day."
Oh my God!
Yeah, and then he says like, I don't want to be remembered for friends. I want to be remembered as someone that helped people quit drinking. And his book really, and the way, and he's given me one of the best things ever is I only have control over that first drink. I have 100% control over that first drink, but once that's over, so you do have a choice. You have a choice. You have 100% control. And once you even pick that thing up, it's over. Anyway, that was my year of audiobooks while mostly listening to Doughboys.
Yay! Yay! Wow. I can't even like fathom that.
Well,
like listening to one audio, it would take me a year to listen to an audio book. Just kidding. If I put the Patty audiobook on, I would listen to it.
I listened to that this year too. I always will listen. Yeah.
I often will be, in my home in quiet, or I'll be looking at TikTok.
Quiet.
Until it's unfortunately banned.
I just never have quiet.
Well, guess what, guys? It's time for TikTok. You don't stop. Now, where's the picture Oh, I had a picture.
TikTok. You don't stop.
All right, there.
I had a picture for Miss Peaches, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, that's our sweet. We have a sweet side of TikTok, and then we have a sexy side of TikTok.
Ooh, but our sweet side, I guess, is Miss Peaches. We did talk about Miss Peaches a lot. This is Dave Portnoy's dog. Also, he has a new dog now named Pete. He's a little beagle, and it is very fucking cute.
I'm thinking he's going to need to get these dogs a little more training because they are going to destroy just the world.
I feel like also like they keep each other kind of in line. So it's good. Dave Portnoy, who I don't really know. I mean, he's always coming up in my shit now because I don't even know anything about Barstool Sports. All I knew about him before was that pizza review. It's like, if you want to type in the most chaotic pizza review ever, it's going to come up. It's like the wildest. It's like one of the most anomaly things that's even out there on the internet, just how crazy this thing is. Anyway, he's a big piece of shit. Probably doesn't like women. It seems awful, but these dogs, I mean, it gives them some brownie points. You like him a little bit.
And they give the money that they make from Miss Peaches's social media thing to the shelter where Miss Peaches came.
And sometimes he'll shout out different rescue groups. Like he doesn't have to do that. So love it. And like he'll dress her up, and Miss Peaches really is awesome. And so is
she's a little star. I mean,
honestly, gorgeous, stunning angel.
No,
other than that,
as we know in TikTok, before we go into like just our little moments of 2024, I just thought I would do a nice big old round of big sexy men on TikTok. Not big, but they're just sexy men on TikTok.
Perfect, John. My food's about to arrive in 8 minutes.
We were introduced this year to Nico, who is Vanna White's son. This is the kind of Nepo baby that I can get behind,
right?
Or in front of. Wow, wow, wow. Then we also have another Nepo baby, Jack Schlossberg. Yeah, who
more like Schlongsberg,
yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah. He to me is a little like, I like some beef on my men, so he could beef up a little bit, but
agreed.
Feels like there's some beef somewhere here. Just saying. If you're not watching the video, go to our YouTube page to see this shit. Right. This was a video game. So I get these mods, these video game mods pop up where it's like
so that's not real? I got really excited for a second there.
This is like a video game where people will modify the game so the players are like shirtless. And then they like have to play the game like this, which I love anytime like that. Objectifying more men, all right?
Yes.
Then we have this cutie who works at Little Plumeria Farms in Hawaii. I can't remember his name, but he'll go on and talk about...
His name doesn't matter, Joe.
He'll go on and he'll talk about different leis that he makes with the different flowers. Cute. And he always had this tan line. Guys, this tan line that's peeking over the top of his jeans.
Oh my God, just like, you have like 700 thirst trap pictures.
This is the year end, the year in review.
Okay.
We have this guy, and the caption written is, "How's the fucking buddy?" Oh my God, I can't read. I keep getting effing phone calls. It's driving me crazy. Why is spam calling me at 6:30 at night? Leave me alone.
How's the fucking body on
Minnie Jones moans. How's the fucking and
his name is
this is to me, this would be the type of guy I would like. I'm sure this man is not a nice person. He just gives me the vibes like he's not a nice guy, but I'd like to be smothered by this type of situation. Sure. Then we had this trend where it used AI to like do a Pixar version of you. And here was the before, and here was his Pixar version. And I was very much thirsting for Pixar version. I was like, okay, I'm down. We have this little cutie who, you know what, anytime you're going to go online and just flash your body, I'm fine with it. This is what TikTok was made for.
I don't like his body. I mean, his body's amazing. I don't want to shame him, but it's just not, it's too smooth.
I would, this is a Jones Moans I have. If you have chest hair, stop shaving your stomach hair because
agreed.
You think it's like highlighting your abs, but when you have hair on your abs are pretty fucking highlighted and you look stupid. I also think that if you have any body hair at all, like if you have chest hair, you cannot shave your armpits. If you have chest hair, you cannot shave your pubic hair. I'm sorry. I know some people like it bald. Disgusting. I think bald pubes are gross. Just saying. Then we had the Pector who puts things under his tit every day.
Yes.
Hands, etc. He is hot. Then we had this guy making...
I remember this one.
Shirtless guys making lemonade at this stand somewhere. This was posted by Benvis Dang. You know what I forgot about was the muscle guys at the like restaurant that you can like go to the restaurant and they'll like squeeze you with their muscles and shit.
Oh, I don't remember.
Then we had Jesse Metcalf from Desperate Housewives riding the mechanical bull. We had just another general like cutie. I think this guy's cute. Amanda probably doesn't.
No, I like
this. And then I'd like to end with, y'all know I like big juicy booties. So I love a shot like this where I also, in this photo, love those dimples like right above a guy's butt. Of
course.
Like, so like a photo like this, I don't need to see your face. Show me the back shot, and in the pants, I like it. You're imagining what's going to happen, okay? Yeah. Then we have a good old split Rooney here, right down the middle, which, okay, I'm sure that Flexible Shorty has an OnlyFans y'all can check out, because that's what this is giving. And then last but not least, here we go, Rock, just presenting. And I'm sorry, if this man is only with women, it's wasted. And
that is a complete waste. There's nothing we can do with that, really.
Oh, though I will say one of my minor Jones Moans this year is the women being like, what did men do to deserve Jonathan Bailey and all that? It's like, girls, you have everything. You have every man.
We have
everything.
Women
except your fundamental rights. I'm just kidding. God, that's a sad. Ew!
I know. Jesus, that's rough.
Anyway, a few top moments. Okay, so like, should we just like, I don't know, bring it on home
What
here?
is this last one? Is this Miss Peaches? Oh no, it's not.
No, I just did them in a different order.
Okay, great.
Okay, we had a couple moments that really stood out for us, and I think the one was our Halloween special. No.
Oh yeah, that was good because we built it up so much, and again, that was another thing that was something cynical that became earnest the closer we got to it.
And somehow, if you guys haven't seen the Halloween special, just go back and watch at least 5 minutes because you can see me act a damn bitch. It's like the first time you put an eyelash on someone and then let them in front of a mirror, and it's like, I'm like,
yeah, like
the hair. I was Glinda, she was Elphaba. Guys, I'm sure you know that, but that was one of the moments. And then really, because it all went down on live and we got the amount of engagement that happened here.
Oh, this was nuts.
It was a moment that I kind of want to forget.
I mean, you were such a little bitch during it too. You were like holding a pillow up. Like, oh
it's literally the pillow I have sitting here for the cat. It was this. Here's me reenacting.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Okay, so what happened was in Arizona, they have to physically serve you with a ticket. I had a photo ticket. All right. So they just so happened to show up while we're on live. My screen door wasn't locked, so they opened it. They were able to look through the window into my face. And this is my reenactment. Oh my God.
With the computer screen glowing on his face.
I have a fucking full ring light too. It's like I am black and I'm shouting in here. You could walk up and hear me being like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh my God, guys. Oh my God, he's out there. And it was literally this.
No, but it was
John Mome.
That's scary.
And I'm like,
oh, who's answering the door to that? That's insane.
And now normally, because I wouldn't be in the direct eye line of the door, I would have been able to, I don't know, hide better. Anyway, guys, just so you know, I did do traffic school. It sucked, but I'm no longer a fugitive. So.
Oh, good. Felons no more.
In fact, it's completely, you know what? I wish I was, because then maybe I could be president.
What sick burn.
Seems like a prerequisite nowadays.
What else? We had a couple other ones. Oh, guys, remember when we used to do ASMR? They were like, awful.
I'm gonna do one.
No. Oh, actually, that sounds kind of nice. This is your best ASMR yet.
Shh. Whisper.
Yeah, he used to make me put my mic on mute.
I think this is gonna sound
good. Whoa.
Anyway, guys.
What was that? Well, you didn't explain what it was.
These are okay, so there's this store here that I'm obsessed with. It's called Daiso, and it's like a dollar store, but like has more. These are those like face masks that those like paper sheet masks. But what you can do is you can like make your own. So it comes in this little like capsule here. You open it up, and then you can put like your own product. Like you can put face serum or whatever. It soaks it up into it, and then it like folds out and is a sheet mask.
Oh.
But you can make them with your own product. So they're called compression masks.
Oh my. Well, that sounds
Girl, I'm so glad that we touched on everything. And you know what the biggest thing that we didn't talk about? The biggest event of 2024 was the premiere of Pod in the City with Amanda and
John. Did it. Are you happy that I sucked you into this life? Do you enjoy being a podcaster? You are a podcast.
Yeah, I do. You know what I really love is I love the community. I love you guys watching and listening. It may not seem like a lot of work, but and I'm not trying to get any sympathy or brownie anything points here. It is a lot of work. It's more work than you would think. It's also a lot of just like talking, just a lot of time spent being on. And so what I really love is that you guys stick through the messes, the times when I've dropped out because of stupid fucking Cox communications, or
Jones moment of the year.
When Amanda drops out, or when I did my 8-minute solo live that Amanda didn't think I was going to do. And then we jumped on and she was like, "Did you do that live?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What?"
My food's just arriving right now. Look how well we turned that out.
Perfect timing. You guys, I would go longer, but Amanda's food is here.
I'm sorry, I've been recording since 10 o'clock in the morning and it's now 6:38.
Well, and baby, we're gonna we love you guys so much.
Yeah, we love you guys. Merry Christmas.
All of it. Happy 2024. And you know what? Let's say some things for 2025. Here's my thing. Okay. I think I went into this on our politics rant thing. In 2025, things may be hard. People might be there to try and fight us and go against what we believe in and the truth and love and all of that. But we are stronger than hate and we are stronger than losers. The truth is, gay people, women, marginalized communities, those are the people who listen to this. I'm sure there's not that many straight white men listening to this. The rest of us, we know what it's like to have people hate on you. And so we're stronger. That's why those weak men are coming after us now, is because they're weak and they know we're stronger. So hold on to that fact, and we'll be here for you guys every week on Wednesday for the weekly.
What was it?
Oh yeah, freedom, yeah. I can't lose.
We love you guys. We'll see you in the new year at noon Mountain Standard Time on the 1st. Hangover special. I'm going to wear jammies, and so are you, Joan.
I might do it from bed.
Oh, that'll be fun. Maybe I will too. The
we'll see how all over me. We'll see what the setup will be.
I'm gonna have 3 dogs and 3 cats here, so that's gonna be interesting.
I love it.
I love it too. Happy 2024, everyone.
We love you guys so much, and we hope that you are here. You know what? Again, if you've been here with us through 2024, baby, you're on the top of our mother effing list. And if you're with us through 2025, I'm going to need to suggest some deep therapy. We love you. Bye.
Bye.